the euthanasia movement is euthanasia without consent. That is the political and economic truth of the matter. How can death solve this problem? How can death solve the problem of baby boomers? Here's the solution. It's horrifying to many of the physicians who are trained to save life can so callously discard it through abortion and euthanasia. Physicians believe in abortion, and I'll combine my remarks to abortion here, at about the same rate and for about the same reason as the general public do. They grew up in the same culture that the rest of us grew up in. Obstetricians, however, have a somewhat higher rate of approval of abortion because for many years you could not be admitted to many obstetrical programs, training programs, unless you did abortions. This has had a devastating effect both on the practice of obstetrics and the training of all doctors, because all doctors must, at some point in their training, do obstetrics. And so that all doctors have been trained by pro-abortion obstetricians. It's had a devastating effect on our population as well. 1,000 abortions are done every year in New Brunswick. About 600 at the Morgentaler Clinic in Fredericton, and about another 400 at the Dumont and the Bathurst Hospital. Compounding the individual tragedy of every single death is the global economic and cultural implication of the loss of upwards of 100,000 New Brunswickers if you include the children of these children who have been aborted since 1969. But for those of us who are pro-life, there's lots to be positive about. The first thing we need to be positive about is that it's great to be me. It's great to be us. Imagine if we were here trying to raise money for more abortions. Imagine if we were here trying to say we need more and better abortions. The president of NARAL, which is the National Abortion Action League, the second largest abortion promoter in the United States, recently watched or was present at the Washington March for Life, where 300,000 people marched in Washington. And she made some remarks afterwards. She said she was severely distressed when she saw how many young people were there and how many young men, and that the abortion promoters were not able to attract either young people or young men. But imagine being her. Imagine trying to convince people that we don't have enough abortions. In one small way, the politically correct movement, I think, has benefited us. Those who are outspokenly in favor of abortion now feel they have no need to learn how to debate this issue. They've been taught it's politically incorrect to speak about it, and so they don't bother. But it's left them unable to debate the issue. And so they bully and intimidate and yell obscenities. The response is not attractive to young people, and I believe it's a huge reason that the abortion movement is not attracting them. The second reason I think it's great to be a pro-lifer right now is that the world is beginning to recognize the role that abortion has played in the depopulation of countries. Russia is now begging its citizens not to have an abortion. The recent defeat of Bill 144-138 attests, I think, to this emerging understanding that exporting abortion to developing countries is intensely loathsome to these countries. We must commend the federal government for defeating Bill 144-138, and we must convince our own government, our own provincial government, that abortion is depopulating our own problem. The third reason I think it's great to be pro-life right now is that pro-lifers are such great people.
Yeah.
I'm sure I speak, and Kelly has already spoken about last year's 40 Days for Life in Fredericton. What an amazing experience that was, and many of you here know about it. The friendships that were forged there, the ecumenical spirit, people of many different faiths praying together every day, many times a day. I heard someone say recently that the most authentic, the most active ecumenical movement today occurs within the pro-life movement. And one could not but be moved to see groups of people bowing their heads, holding hands, hugging each other, of many different faiths, praying for the same cause. The stories that were told, the jokes that were told, all the while being aware that we were actually doing something for the unborn by making the people of Fredericton and the people of New Brunswick aware of the reality of the terrible things that go on behind those walls. As a physician, it was impossible for me to stand there and pray in that building without being overwhelmed by the image of blood-covered floors, blood-covered mothers, the blood flowing around the remains of these children. And yet, it was a wonderful, filled with hope experience. Final reason it's great to be pro-life is that never before, in my experience, have young people been so open to the message that the unborn have a claim on our affection. And never have young people been so open, I don't think for 25, maybe 30 years, to the concept of chastity before marriage. And it seems to me that more and more pro-life people are, more and more pro-life young people are going to medical school, are becoming teachers. And this, I think, is the greatest pro-life news we can have. When young people are convinced about the truth and the sacredness of their bodies, the culture of death will be seen for what it is, ugly and cruel and hateful. We must fervently encourage pro-life youth to enter these professions. I changed careers from medicine to teaching because I believe the only hope for a future rests in educating our young about the truth about abortion and other life issues. The children in our school pray for the unborn every single day. They are profoundly pro-life. But all children are by nature pro-life. We must then just do our best to ensure that the culture that surrounds them does not destroy their love of life.